My job.
Usually, like after 5 minutes, you're like, "You're fucking recording."
Oh, yeah, but
Is
that's
there
what.
I mean, you could swear, obviously.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, we have an explicit label. You're welcome to say
Is there
whatever you
anything
like.
not to say?
Don't be a racist. So
See,
yeah,
on
you
the
can say
list
whatever you
of-
like. I'm assuming your phone's on silent. Don't
Yeah.
drum on the table. Those are basically
Right.
our rules.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
So
Yeah, I know
everything
we're
else is
recording.
pretty much go.
oh, great.
Yeah.
He waits till I say the dumbest shit, and he's like, "Yeah, I got that." So welcome back, Inebri-arts, and we are at Craft Beer Cellar on Main Street. And this next guest, I've been trying to get for a little while. I've been kind of messaging you online. I've heard your name around town a ton. I think this is the first time we've ever actually like met.
Yeah.
But the thing that put you on my radar was my girlfriend showed me a video around Christmas that went kind of viral.
Yep.
Of you and your daughter singing a Christmas song. So we are here with Jeff Hilliard.
Yeah. How you doing?
So tell us a little bit about that video because it went kind of crazy.
Yeah. I do like sometimes I'll do like a social media break, a couple months here and there, and just won't go on. So I was
Which is very healthy. I recommend
and
that.
I try, especially in the summertime. It's easier and stuff like that. So, with that being said, that this kind of leads up to it. But so my daughter is like my whole world. Like,
Yeah.
she's like everything to me. And
How old?
she's 5.
What's her name?
Melody.
Nice.
Melody. Yeah. So and then my ex and I, we have like we're like best friends. We have a great co-parenting thing.
Nice.
You know,
Nice.
very, very civil, like very friendly. So I have her, bunch of, we have joint custody. And so I had her in my days. I usually try to do some fun stuff. So it was about 5:00 at night, and it was, she wanted to take a nap. And I said, "You're not taking a nap, honey."
Not at 5 o'clock.
No, because you're never gonna,
Yeah,
I want to play Call of Duty. So
I'm a
you gotta-
parent. I know what that's like. You're like, you're not sleeping now. Yeah.
So basically, like, she got all pissy, and she's like, "No, I'm going to take a nap." And I
Yeah.
said, "No, honey." I said, "Santa Claus is watching you right now." I was like, "I don't know," and so I started playing like Santa Claus is coming to town. She's like, "I hate that stupid song." I was like, "Whoa, okay." And so I started playing it like really fast. I never heard it kind of played fast, but I've been messing around with the idea at that point. And so I started, playing it and yelling it, and she was jumping around and dancing and starting laughing. I'm like, because I have a knack to make her laugh when she's upset, So so she's like, "Can I sing it with you?" And I said, "Yeah, honey." I said, "Why don't we record it and we'll send it to Mom, like her mom, and I said we'll send it to Dee Dee and Ba, which are the grandparents.
Grandparents, of course, yeah.
And
Silly
I said,
names are always grandparents.
Yeah, like Fifi and Slap and
Mingo.
Samsonite.
Yeah.
So, so we recorded it, and I went to text it to everybody, and it was too long to text. So I was like, all right, well, yeah, I'll post it on Facebook, and I'll tag, my ex and my mom and everybody in it. And so I got a call. Her ex's name's Sandra. So Sandra called me, like a couple hours later, saying, "Do you know your video got like 1,500 views and
It was
like
crazy.
whatever it was?"
Yeah.
And I was like, "What?" So
My girlfriend was so obsessed, like every 20 minutes, she's like, "Now it's up to like 1,300." I'm like, "Yeah, great, okay, it was fun."
yeah. It was crazy,
Yeah.
and then it just started, and then I kind of went to sleep, and the number was growing, and then
What was the final total?
well, I think Matt Tissot, he texted me. He's like, "Dude, you're on Barstool." I was like, "What?"
Shut up, really?
Yeah, and the whole thing was
That's a real podcast, not like this one.
Yeah, so I was like, it was crazy, and then my buddy Aldis from Aldis Collins Band, he texted me the night before. He's like, "Dude, you got to put that on YouTube because Facebook will go away, and then YouTube's forever."
Right.
So I was like, all right, and so I basically put it on YouTube. Barstool shared it.
Yeah.
And then the Tribe shared it, and then it was on like UK Daily News,
Oh,
and
Jesus.
it was on like Channel 4 News. Like we were getting calls, but it was like a week before Christmas.
Right.
So it was like it blew up. I think it was like 26,000 views or something on YouTube in like 2 days or something.
That's crazy.
Like that. But it wasn't like a couple weeks ahead. Like if
It was
they
like
caught
immediately before.
like
Yeah,
maybe
yeah.
be on Ellen and
Right, yeah.
or and get like a whatever she gives away, like
Cars or whatever, yeah.
like a water bubbler.
Yeah.
Poland Springs for a year.
College or something.
Yeah.
Fuck car, give her college.
Yeah. Give her Pokemon.
Yeah.
Give her Pokemon. And
But that's awesome. That's got to be so cool.
It was cool. And
Yeah.
then we tried to reenact it. this year, but we had a lot of there was a lot of things going on this holiday, and it was just, it's almost like.
But that's the thing about viral is like you can't do it on purpose.
Yeah,
it's just gotta happen.
Some people get away with like Bat Dad, and you got like all these guys like. You can do it, and you could have it as a thing. Like I could have maybe tried to do different songs with her,
right.
But she was so fired up because she was tired,
right?
But she was so happy that she had like this, but she was happy about it. So it's like you can't reproduce that unless I went around like breaking her toys and then buying her new ones like after or something.
Yeah, you don't want to torture her. Yeah.
No. But it was kind of that special moment. She had a lot of fire in her.
That's awesome. And the cool thing about it is like you said, YouTube is eternal.
Yeah.
Sort of. She'll always be able to go back and look at that.
Right.
And that's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
So you're obviously not a viral video guy. I mean, you're a local Plymouth dude.
Yeah.
Where did you get your start in music?
Well, like growing up, I mean, I was always like a music lover, like growing up. My parents, my dad listened to a lot of like Allman Brothers and Grateful Dead and The Doors, and like I think The Doors was like my first like love. I think like Jim Morrison, and just I just thought he was so cool when I was a kid, and I was a lover. Like I went to Fish concerts. I've been to like countless amount of shows. Like we used to go to live shows like Ben Harper, Robert Randolph, or Moby when. That like 6 months when he was cool.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I've seen so many bands. So in my 20s, I was like, I kind of want to do that. And
I feel like that's a 20s thing to do.
Yeah, hold my beer. Like,
you're starting to get to that point where you can drink, you have a little bit of extra money, and no real responsibilities. So you can be like, oh, we're going to go to 4 shows this weekend. Yeah,
right. So it was more like I met up with a couple guys, and they wanted to start a band. It was called the Jaywalkers, and so it was like an original band, and we had like 7 pieces. We had horns, everything, but it was original.
Yeah.
And we did it was like Mother's Milk Chili Peppers. It was kind of older.
Okay.
So it wasn't really too much like singing. It was more like kind of chanting and like a little like sing rap, I guess. But it was like an Anthony Kiedis, like early Anthony Kiedis.
Like early, before he kind of got singy.
Right.
Yeah.
And like lame and stuff. So, but it was, and then that was through my 20s. We had like a little bit of a West Coast deal, and we went out there and they recorded us, and we were out there for 2 weeks. They treated us like kings.
Yeah.
And then we came back, found out that they screwed us because like they sent us a mastered copy back that was all, the levels were all fucked up on it, and we couldn't do anything because it was mastered.
You're right.
So because of the contracts we signed, it's like they pretty much own our songs now. We put like blood. So we shortly broke up after. I kind of like tooled around the acoustic a little bit, just from being a lover of music. I kind of wanted to participate, and because it's like such a mind clear. It's such like a zen like music. Like no matter, you could be at a concert and there's like 20,000 people, and if they're all in that same moment, it's like you get the chills. Like I do. Like like everybody's focused on the music. This large group of people, and they're all on the same wavelength, and you can just. It's just such a rush. Like I've teared up at concerts before just because of how overwhelming it can be, and how music can like bring everybody together. Like all those thousands of people in the room can have different backgrounds, different points, like outlooks in life and upbringings, whatever. And but then when their song comes on, it's like
everyone's like zoned in,
and everybody's got their arms around each other, and everybody's smiling, and everybody's having a good time. And that's like. That's music, that's art. That's expression. That's what comes from people's like.
Well, that's kind of like the thing about creative stuff in general is like it speaks to you on a different level.
Right.
So when it gets in tune with the right people at the right time, like those are the moments that you remember. Like, I mean, I remember being at parties in high school, and my kids listen to this podcast, so we were drinking soda, and. Like a song came on the radio and was campy and goofy, but like I'll always remember those moments because everybody was tuned into that song. Right. Everyone was singing. Everyone was pitching in. Wasn't your favorite song, but it was catchy and it really, it kind of like reaches deep down inside and means something. Yeah. So you had your moment with the record company.
Well, yeah. I mean, it was like we thought it was like a big moment at the time. Like my father. Passed away in my early 20s, and that was like a huge life change. He was like my best friend, so it was very tough. And so I was diving into music, even though I knew nothing about it. I just knew how to give. You know, wasn't there, and so I it was like alcohol and the the music and it was just this big snowball, and it was good and it was bad. Like there was a lot of healing and there was a lot of destruction. But that's kind of what music is about. A lot of it comes from like destruction. Like shiny happy people holding hands is like only cool for like a song or two. So you want to hear about like someone like sitting in like a basement by themselves, like after a 3-day bender, and they're like miserable and it's just like, geez, like like not everybody's been there, but everybody can relate to like that loneliness and that, and that is huge. That when you can relate to the loneliness part of it, and like it's like you're not alone all of a sudden, even though you're listening to something, you're like, he can relate to me.
Yeah,
and that's
he gets me.
And that's why music, that's what with substance, like makes so much like more of a difference.
So let me ask you this question, because I've never had a clear answer on it, and I've always wondered about it. I've seen so many bands that like I've absolutely loved through my whole life. When they're fucked up on God only knows what, they're amazing. Right. They clean up and they're terrible. Right. Like yeah. Like I mean, it's true in art. It's true in so many things. Right. And like, how do you explain to? Because now I have kids, and you have a daughter. Yes. So like, how is your daughter into like? Oh yeah. I'm assuming she's into music and stuff.
Yeah, she's in it. She loves drawing.
How are you going to get to that point where be like, don't do drugs because they're great and awful at the same time, and all the best art comes from that. Right. Like where's that cutoff line? Well, I think it's kind of like I just asked him to solve everything.
I mean, in my perspective, I think it's a like just like a never-ending circle, almost like a spiral, because it's like sometimes the people with certain minds will turn to drugs and other things to cope with their busy minds. Yeah, that's why you see like Edgar Allan Poe. You see like all these like incredible artists.
William H. Burroughs. Yeah, so many people.
I mean Salvador Dali. Yeah, Hunter Thompson. Like, you just see all these. But they have these creative minds. And I think they're so in touch with everything that sometimes you have to dampen it. You have to quiet everything down. And so I think maybe just having that kind of brain pattern can almost lead to stuff like that to calm it.
It's a fine line. Yeah, it's but a very fine line.
What you said now, I mean, you said Stone Temple Pilots before, so I'm thinking like Scott Weiland.
Scott Weiland's a perfect example.
Because he came up with like 12-bar blues when he was sober. And
he was amazing. Right. On the right night.
Right. and then like, but it just sucks because you see like that's like the downside of that is because all of his fans were like shitting on him. Here's his family probably proud of him, and
not his ex-wife. I was gonna say not his ex-wife,
but she might be a little bit relieved for the kids' sake, Yeah. So, but then all his fans are shit like, you suck sober, like what the fuck, blah, blah. And then all of a sudden he goes back into it.
Is I saw him at WBC and River Rave. Yeah. It was like the week after he got let out of jail. Yeah. So you're assuming he's relatively clean. Yeah. And they fucking killed it. Yeah. They were amazing. Yeah. And then other nights I've seen him like live video and he was fucking terrible. Yeah. And it's that.
It's not like an all instance. I mean, like Chris Cornell was sober. Yeah. And he was amazing. I saw him like a couple years before he died. They played with Tool. And it was like to see like me and my buddy were probably like second row. Like stage like on the right side a little bit, and Chris Cornell's standing like 20 feet from me. Yeah, and it's like a god, and it's just like you're just sitting there like, oh my god. And then Trent Reznor, like sober, comes right out after him, and it's like seeing Jesus. It's like Trent Reznor is like coming out on stage. He's got this like glowy white skin. He's like jacked. He's got like sweat all over him already. He hasn't even done anything, and he's just like, and it's Trent Reznor. Right. Like he's like I mean, I think he's like the Prince of rock. I mean, Prince was Prince. Like he did everything. He was a composer. Trent Reznor. I think is more of
do you think there is a like plumber version of that where there's some plumber who's super straight edge that is a great plumber, and there's another guy who's fucked up all the time
Yeah.
that plums the shit out of stuff.
Yeah.
Do you think it's just a human condition that happens?
Yeah, I think it's just about being able to tap into it and just like, I know not drinking for a while, like, I'll blaze a little bit and but it's just like I meditate a lot too. It's like when you can get in touch with that plane, I think it just depends on the person.
Yeah.
Like I've had some shows like sober, obviously a bunch of them, that I'm coming off of like a high because it's just like I feel like when I'm singing sometimes I feel like I'm trying to connect to this universal musical like wavelength like going over our heads and I'm trying to like just grab onto it for a little bit.
Yeah.
And it just
Do you feel like you try to chase that when you're not playing? Is that part of it?
sometimes, and but I said I got my daughter a lot.
Yeah.
So she keeps me busy. It's just
But I feel like my kids can kind of give me that high when they do, like, it's going to sound so stupid, and parents will get it, but
Yeah.
not when they do the littlest thing.
yeah, totally.
Like, every weekend I get my kids, and we'll go out to lunch, and a lot of times we'll just grab pizza at a local pizza place.
Yeah.
And there was one day we were there, and, we get pizza, and my son's a teenager, so
Yeah.
it's like you get him his own pizza. And we're finished, and he just tidies up everything, puts it on the tray, and goes over and throws it out. I didn't ask him to.
Right.
And just, like, I got, like, that high.
Yeah.
And, like, he's a decent person.
Right,
That's
right.
fucking
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah.
You know?
No, it's like you can't explain it. It's
Yeah.
explaining to people without kids is like explaining to people.
They're like, I have a dog. It's not the same
That's
thing.
like never walking. I'm trying to describe like walking to someone that's never walked, or
Right,
Or seeing to a blind person, hearing to her. It just you get that feeling with your kids. And my daughter will, she's gonna be 6 in July, so she's still at the really cute age.
Oh, yeah,
And
yeah.
so she'll come into bed, like she'll come into my room, trying to get her to sleep in her room.
Yeah.
And she'll be like, "Oh, Dada, your room and these pictures are so great. This light is so great. And I love that picture of me." And she's like, "This bed is so." I'm like, "You're not sleeping in here.
You
And so,
have
the
a
whole
room."
time, still
Yeah.
climbing up. Like,
Yeah.
the bed's so soft. And she gets next to me like, "I love you, Daddy." And it's
you're
like,
like,
"Oh,
fuck,
my
all right,
God." It's like,
whatever,
you can
yeah.
do anything you want
Yeah.
right now. It just,
I remember-
she definitely owns me.
my daughter was around that age one time, and I'm very goofy, and I'm always
Yeah.
kind of like busting chops, and I do it to my kids too.
Yeah.
I give them a hard time. And one time I said something to my daughter, and I was sure she was playing me, and
Yeah.
she's like, "That hurts my feelings." I'm like, "What do you want? The car? We can go to Toys R Us right now. What do you want?" And it's just like you crumble.
Right, yeah,
So,
definitely.
yeah.
But it's that kind of high, I guess, is it's just you want to. It depends what you're playing.
Yeah.
Too at the same time, like I'm not a big like pop country person because I think it's all it's a lot.
Crap?
Most
You can say crap.
I can say shit too, right?
You can say shit. Yeah.
But most of it's written by like 12 people that aren't even into music. Like they're
Yeah.
just lyricists and like nothing comes from anywhere. And it's like Red Solo Cup this, and it's like it's like that mindless.
It's almost like-
it's like reality. I call it the reality TV of music.
Yeah,
because it's
totally.
kinda like
Yeah.
like mindless. Like you put on The Bachelor, and people are just sitting there like,
It's almost like you go into Twitter and see what's trending and make a song out of it.
exactly.
Yeah.
And if it's all. And as a musician, for me saying it, I feel sick saying it, but a lot of it just sounds the same. Like
Yeah.
a lot of the lyrics are about the same thing, and a lot of it doesn't come from anywhere. I'm not saying all of it because old country is good.
I feel like one day, I say it now, but I don't know if it'll ever happen. I'm going to invite all the musicians we've had on to do nothing in the episode, but nothing but covers of Wagon Wheel.
oh fuck, no, I'm no way.
But I don't know if I can. I don't know if I can deal with that because
No way,
yeah,
man.
I feel like that is the pinnacle
Yeah,
pop country.
it is.
Yeah.
It is, and it just
Well, that's a great question. I mean, you play out a lot of places.
Yeah.
Like, where do you draw that line between what they want to hear and what you feel like playing?
Well, that's where the other thing I was gonna like before I go off on tangents sometimes. But
This whole
go-
podcast
in
is nonsense.
Yeah. In my early 30s, that's when
Yeah.
I kind of really started taking it for like real and
Yeah.
playing for real and trying to actually like sing.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like a 90s child, so I love grunge.
Yep.
And
I'm guessing you graduated like between 91 and 94.
that's false.
Really?
Yeah.
When did you grad? What?
let's just say,
were you supposed
'cause
to graduate?
I wanna,
I don't
like,
want to presume anything.
no.
Did
'cause
you graduate?
I tell everybody I'm 25, so I don't want to like. You know,
Well, that's bullshit.
I just blew my own cover. Though,
I know you're not 25.
I graduated in the mid 90s.
That's what I fucking said. I said
No, I
91
graduated
and
in
94.
96.
Oh, really? Well, so
Yeah.
it's a little bit later. All right. Okay.
Do I look older? Or is my salt and pepper
You're a
beard?
little gray,
Yeah.
but
I like it though. It's
you
like
know,
it's like the Clooney.
I get it,
my
like
beard.
just right on my neck. I'm
You
all
do.
gray there.
It
Yeah.
looks distinguished though.
No, it doesn't.
a little bit.
Taken. I'm sorry.
But but playing like
Yeah.
the music is just kind of like it's. I want to play it for me, but
Yeah.
play it for people. Like I try to play a lot of songs that people don't hear.
Mm-hmm.
Like it depends. Like you're playing like dinner gigs and stuff. Like you know you got to play some stuff, and I still try to find that little balance where it's stuff that they won't expect from me. Like I'll bust out like Frank Sinatra and stuff.
Right. Yeah.
But when I have like I play BBC every Thursday in the center and
BBC here in Plymouth.
here
On,
in Plymouth.
Shit.
every Thursday night,
What the hell's the name of the street?
Middle Street.
Middle Street. Thank you.
Yep.
The original BBC.
Yep.
Where you can get beer and Cheetos.
Yes, no food, but
Yeah.
and that's like it's one of my favorite. I've been playing there for over 3 years now.
It's a
I
great
think almost
place.
4, I don't know.
We've had
Yeah.
many people who play there and work there on
Yeah.
the podcast. So.
Yep, and it just so nights like that. It's like I play like what I want to play, but
Yeah.
everybody, it's not like there's a bunch of like B-track Pearl Jam and a bunch
Mm-hmm.
of like B-track Nirvana and like B-track Foo Fighters. Like there's like a bunch of stuff that I listen to
Yeah.
that I try to throw out there, but they haven't heard it played live yet, or
Yeah.
they haven't just heard an acoustic player playing.
So, like,
know.
it's stuff they recognize, but
Right.
they're like, "Oh, I haven't heard this."
Right, but maybe not
in a
like
while.
every single person
Right,
in
yeah,
there. Like sometimes I like to throw out some stuff that's definitely just for me.
Yeah.
And but because I understand everybody has their own music taste and everything like that, and but all the people that I listen to, they write from their experiences, and it's usually from not a good one. But
Yeah.
it's like, but then they're coming out on top type of thing, and I've felt like I've done that with my life, like a lot of when I was down in like the pit of hell at some points of my life, and now I got a beautiful daughter, I got a great place downtown, and play music, and I got
So, is your primary job playing out,
well right
or
now
do you have like a day gig?
right now I play out a lot, and I try to like play out as much as I can.
It's a lot
I do
harder when you
paint.
have child support.
Yes. No, well, see, I don't.
Oh.
Like we have a very.
Oh, so you- oh.
everything. It was like a napkin divorce. It was very.
Okay.
Yeah, it was very. I like drove her there, and we like went out to lunch afterwards. It was,
Oh, all right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it wasn't.
No hard feelings, but we don't
no,
belong together.
exactly, yeah.
Got it.
But yeah, I mean, it's just. I mean,
So you paint houses?
Oh
or
yeah,
like
paint houses.
Oh,
I
okay.
paint.
It's cool.
Like interior, exterior,
Yeah.
and it's good. The guy I paint with's a retired teacher from Wellesley.
Nice.
He's like, I think he's like 82 or 83.
Yeah.
And Donnie McAleer from Marshfield, and he's up on like 35-foot ladders. 80-something years old, and he's like, he's a madman.
Yeah.
and he's awesome. So
I always
that's-
felt like I could paint, except for sanding. I fucking
Yeah.
hate sanding.
Yeah, you know what? It's kind of like with music. You can kind of blank out and you can kind of zone out. I
Yeah.
put my headphones on and kind of listen, and but it's like painting is like I love it because I can go there and I could just zone out. I just take my time, have patience, and then my gig. So it's like instead of like a lot of people with this life, I think need to have that one job,
Yeah.
and then like the hobby or the one job. And if they do play music, play like one night out every. Like twice a month or something. But with me, I've always been like, I'll have like 3 jobs because I love doing a lot of things. Like,
Yeah.
but I want to enjoy it. Like, I don't want to work for someone because I just can't. Like,
Right.
I need to be able to be in control, So I play music, I paint, and whatever there is. Like, a friend might, I've done construction before and stuff like that. But mostly with the painting keeps me really busy.
Yeah.
And I enjoy it. And then it's easy because, like, at night, if it's going to be, like, beautiful the next day, I'll just be like, hey, I'm not coming in tomorrow. He's like, yeah, no worries. You just come in when I want to,
that's
I'll take
nice.
my paddleboard out and go paddleboarding in one of the beautiful ponds in Plymouth or something like that.
Yeah. And I feel like that's almost one of those, if you can figure that shit out where you have the job that you don't mind, not like every job's going to be a job. There's always going to be those days where you're like,
Right.
I don't want to fucking do this.
Yeah.
But it almost kind of have that job where you can do it and still kind of like, even though you're working on something else, focus on the thing you love.
Right.
You know, and I feel like if you can keep yourself focused on the thing you love, and like I have my calendar right there, and if I have a day off, I try to schedule something.
Yeah.
You know, it's like keep busy, keep doing something. Like,
but you
like what's on TV? Like
you
nothing.
love what you're doing. Yeah. I mean, TV shit. I don't have cable anymore. Right. So, I mean, I got like Netflix and Hulu. Yeah. You know, and it's just like an Amazon Prime, like everybody else does. And
if you're not watching Sneaky,
like, what the hell?
If you're not watching Sneaky Pete, you should.
Exactly. I gotta watch Sneaky Pete. I think I watched like the first episode.
But I feel like so many people kind of fall into this. Well, I have my job, and then I go home and I watch TV. And I'm like,
exactly.
Fuck
but
that. Find something to do.
That's like this whole. That's what I'm talking about, man. It's like this whole society. It's like that's why like the music is different, and like you get the masses that believe the 9 to 5. Like structured life, 2.5 kids, white picket fence, all that stuff, and you get the structured life and then you get the same people watching the Kardashians. You get I'm just generalizing. I'm not.
You can
I'm
bash the Kardashians all you want.
I'm just general, but that's like reality TV, and then 2 glasses of wine, 2 beers when they come home every single night from work, and then and doing like
it's almost like the repetitive nature of it.
Well, that's what I mean. That's where the pop country comes in because it's very repetitive. Yep. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like the zombifying of the society, and so there's no. It's like when you go to have a meal, you have to have this big piece of meat if you're a meat eater. You know, I'm gonna have a big piece of meat and then 2 sides instead of being like I'm gonna get 3 appetizers instead. Right. You know, and then it was like 3 appetizers. What the hell's that all about? And it's like, why do I have? You don't have. Yeah. Like, when is this said? Like,
or be like, I'm going to drive 45 minutes to go get dinner, and then be like, why? Right. Because why not? Like, what am I going to do with that 45 minutes?
Right. Because it's a damn good taco. That's why.
Yeah. Like my buddy runs a kitchen like 45 minutes away, so let's go do that.
Right.
And be focused on the like experience of everything, not just this fits in my time frame and. People say all the time, like, it's not the destination, it's the journey. Right. But that's the point, man.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, it's like...
Everybody wants the end result, and then when they get the end result, they usually are looking for another end result.
Right. And when you tell stories to other people, it's not like, I had this day where I went to work, and everything was great, and I went home, and dinner was perfect. It's like, so me and my buddy were driving down the street, and then the shit hit the fan, and those are the stories that you relate to. It's like, that's experience.
But that's what it is, and it's just kind of like... so I have friends that come up to me that are married, kids, like and they get the 9 to 5, and I'm like, I wish I could do what you do. I'm like, you can,
then fucking do it.
I was in a 9 to 5 as well. Like I was working I was working at a financial corporation like when I was 20. Yeah, like, for a couple years, and then moved to New York for a couple years, and came back, and I was working with this phone company for years, and it was like a desk job. So it got to the point where I was like, I'm not good at a desk job, but you know what? Like I have a desk job. Yeah, you
can have a desk job.
Yeah,
but when you get out of your desk job, you don't have to go home.
No,
you can go do something else.
Right, but I'm not even knocking the desk. Like I'm not saying that. I'm just saying a lot of people.
I have child support, Jeff.
Yeah, but even if you go to your 9 to 5, hopefully you enjoy it. Because if you don't, then
then change it.
Yeah, but that's why I'll play gigs and private parties and stuff, and I have so much fun at all of them. Because I love playing, and I try to that's how I try to play. Like I'm sweating by the end of almost every one of my gigs, not because I have a sweat problem. It's because I'm like I go crazy,
right?
And it's just you can do that. You can have 3 jobs instead of 1. You can have 3 appetizers instead of a meal.
Right.
You can have like a bunch of different things if that's what makes you happy. So many people just have it in their head that they have to do things a certain way.
Right.
Like you have to go to college after high school, but how many people are using their college education for what they're doing?
Right.
Some. I'm not saying none.
No, and how many of the like crazy successful people, Bill Gates, never finished.
No.
No. They're like, fuck it. Right. I don't need this.
Yeah.
And everyone has to choose their own path.
Right.
And I feel like the majority of people I've talked to on this podcast, when you talk about like, oh, well, have a fallback, or maybe you should do this in case that doesn't work out. That's the moment where your shit goes downhill.
Exactly.
You have to be kind of
in the moment,
blissfully ignorant, and be like, no, it's totally going to work.
Yep.
And that's when it works out.
Yeah, but if I mean, And if it hasn't worked out in the past, you're still around.
Right.
You're going to make it happen if you have to call a couple places and, tell them like, oh, I'm going to be late in the payment here and there. Like I had to do that like years ago.
Yeah.
Like, when I was first starting doing what I want and
take a part-time job, being
yeah,
I'm going to deliver pizzas for
exactly,
a week, a couple weeks until
I wouldn't be able to do that. I would eat the pizza on the way. So
well, that's an example, but I totally get what you're saying. Deliver pizza for a shitty place that makes bad pizza.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
I'd probably still eat it.
Nice.
Yeah.
So people can check you out every Thursday at the BBC here on Middle Street in Plymouth.
Yep.
Where has been your favorite gig to play? Was there like that one?
It's tough. I love playing with the band. I have a band called the Scoobs with like Mark Purcell, and Mark Purcell's he's a name around here forever.
Sounds familiar.
He's incredible. I'm like lucky to get to play with him and Hebe Westwood, who's he plays drums. He also plays drums in a band called the Sibs.
Oh, I love the
B-Battles.
Sibs.
Yeah, and Brent.
B-Battles. He's
Brent,
great.
Yeah. So he was a tattoo guy on the drums, and so the three of us are called the Scoobs, and we have this. It's like this power rock trio. It's like you just get so much sound out of three of us, and it's just. That is probably my favorite. It doesn't even really matter where it is. Like we love playing Speedwell.
Yeah,
because we're at Speedwell once a month.
Speedwell's great.
So
when I had no power, actually, was at the BBC in Hanover, Pembroke.
Oh yeah,
and the Sibs happened to be playing that night.
Yeah.
So we hung out and checked out the band.
Yeah, they're
just 'cause
cool.
We had no power. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's up, guys? What up, Sibs?
I've been trying to get them on the podcast.
Yeah. But no, just anything with the band really. Like I love playing with the band. It's because I go crazy, but like solo, it's like with the band, it's like on another level. It's like I wake up in the morning with like neck pains and back because I'm like just going nuts. And it's like Speedwell. We have a once a month, and we always kind of look forward to that gig. And we play a couple other BBCs, and we've played like Pins once in a while.
Yep.
And we have a 420 show with Pins, and then we
420 the date or 420
420 the date and the meaning.
Whatever. All right, I got it.
I think we have Ian Richardson.
Who the hell? I just
open up
saw
for us.
someone just advertised they're playing there. Oh, Quiet Riot's playing. Pins.
Yeah.
It's fucking crazy.
Yeah. So just it really it's tough to pick a favorite because I could have a favorite solo gig too. It's like I love the BBC on Thursday nights. Like I can just go nuts. So it's like I love that. And usually I could have like an incredible night with like 3 people in the room at like some random bar in Cohasset or something. Like I've had that before when there's like 5 people, but I'm playing and they're really connecting with it.
They're all
and then,
tuned in. To
and everybody's getting it and they're getting what I'm trying to do. I'm not just trying to sit there and be background music. I'm trying to like get through to some people.
I suppose that's true. If you have 5 people who are really tuned in to 40 people who could give a shit if you're even there or not.
Right.
Makes a difference.
There's some shows like we played. We played Pins for a St. Patty's Day show with Quadrafunk and Six Fox Whiskey and Jeff Rosen's band, and that was a lot of fun.
I love Jeff Rosen. He's a great guy.
Every time we played Speedwell, though, like the last bunch of times, it's just been mobbed. Yeah. And it's been like everybody's been into it, and the people that work there are great, and Jordan's awesome, and
Jordan's a piece of shit.
I love Jordan. I love Dan over at BBC.
We love Jordan
too. These guys around here,
I guess.
He
had to go and have a baby, whatever. But
you got a lot of good. Pillary's always fun. Ben, Ben and Breon. They're just the Parsons are like just awesome. Like they're just good people. Yeah. And I'm sure everybody around here is awesome. Like,
I'm sure our listeners are sick of me going on about it. I'm glad you're kind of going on about it. That Plymouth is just a place to be.
It is. It's like a mini Boston. I think it's better than Boston.
It's a mini Boston, and everybody likes each other.
Right. Well,
well, the majority.
Yeah. There's a couple
people,
bars that could probably close its doors soon.
Yeah. But that the amount of people that get along and it blows my mind to see people that should be in competition that aren't.
No, yeah. I mean, all the owners, the bar owners supporting each other. I mean,
you go to the New World, you see Jordan. You go to Speedwell, you see Tatum. It's like everyone is in everybody else's place.
Everybody's doing their thing, and I love it because it's like, and it feels like a kind of a community. And then the musicians are the same way.
Yep.
Like we all kind of like. I mean, it's tough because you're like a contractor, so like you're all going after the same thing.
Right.
But we're all realizing, there's a million places to play. And at the same time. we all like each other. You know, I mean, I'm not saying that there's not any catty stuff. I mean,
there's always going to be animosity.
It's everywhere. But I was like involved in it years ago, and it was just I would try to put myself in the middle of it, and then over the last couple of years, I just kind of that's why I take a step back from social media and everything too once in a while, and I just like to kind of do my own thing. It's like I play music. If I get 1 gig a month, or if I get 7 gigs a week, you know, I'm playing music, and that's what I want to do. And it just makes me happy. So I'm happy with all these other dudes playing.
Someone's paying you to do something you love to do.
Exactly.
So it's like, how can you be mad?
Right.
Yeah.
You know, it's just, and it's great. And I'm lucky to be around here, you know, to play, because there's nights off. I can go down and see like a bunch of cool guys around here, and it's just good. And then you see like buds that you haven't seen, like musicians that you're always playing, so you never see each other, and then you randomly bump into each other, and it's like a reunion, and it's like the best feeling. Like I'll see like Jackson Weatherby, you know, I haven't seen, you know,
he's still around here.
He is, but he's always going around. I'll see like Jackson or Jeff Rosen.
Yeah, I love Jeff.
Stevie Burke.
Yeah,
you know, like I mean, the list goes on and on. Like Zach or you know Faye from Third Left, like Hitch and Brian.
Third Left is like our Moby Dick.
Yeah,
so many people have been like, you know, you should get Third Left. You know, you should get Third Left, and be like, my roommate's like the drummer in Third Left. My boyfriend's a bass player in Third Left. And it fucking goes around and around and around and around.
Yeah,
like
those guys.
Like family.
We had like the Faye family on.
Yeah,
except for the dude that's in Third Left.
Zach.
Yeah.
The Faye family. That's like the part. I mean, that,
dude,
like
we had
Partridge family.
We had like 6 of them.
Talented.
We had like 6 of them on. Yeah. So I feel like we're gonna get Third Left, and the power's gonna go out, and the fucking computer's gonna crash.
You need to get Third Left in here.
We would love to.
Hitch is like Hitch would. I would want to hear what Hitch has to say. I mean, Brian and Zach are awesome, and just Hitch
because one of their girlfriends used to work at Lucioso's.
Yes,
and she's like, "Oh, you should get Third Left on." I'm like, "We'd love to."
That's Hitch's girlfriend.
And then one of their roommates or one of their friends' roommates or some bullshit like that works the same place I work at. And just like this constant, oh, you need to get Third Left, you need to get Third Left.
Yeah, they're
I feel like we'll get them and they'll be our least downloaded episode ever.
No way. No.
Yeah.
They're
like never
awesome.
Met a single one of them.
Yeah, they're actually probably like my one of like it's tough. There's so many great bands around here, but like original bands, like I just love seeing those dudes. Like it just, you know, all of them have so much energy, and I just love watching them play. They're all like super talented.
We have to put in a word with the several other people who put in words.
Yeah,
allegedly.
I'll see what I could do. I don't know how much.
It's never gonna happen. I feel like
I'll be like, Hitch, you should come on the show. And be like, yeah, okay, cool, man. And then
like they'll come in, they'll all have laryngitis.
Either that or they'll be like, we keep fucking hearing about these guys.
We just need like Red Bull and Jaeger. And,
we could probably make that happen. Yeah. So. Absolute pleasure talking to you.
Yeah, man, definitely.
You gonna play a couple songs for us? What are you gonna play?
Well, I'm gonna play an Alice in Chains song called "Don't Follow."
It's one of my favorites.
And it's just I just love, you know, it's about that kind of down in your luck. Like, you know, maybe I had a little too much to drink and type of days. I mean, those guys were all dealing with that stuff. And
the fact that they're still touring is great.
Yeah,
and
like two of them are dead though.
Oh, really? Yeah. I know Lane Stanley died years ago. One of them.
I think that I'm pretty sure I'm going to be wrong on this too much, but their original bass player.
Oh no, shit! I didn't know that.
I thought.
I don't mean to shit on bass players. I'm really sorry, but it's a bass player.
No man, bass players are like you know.
They so
you like lay that groove like and you're just like
but it's like.
They're like the unsung heroes of the band.
Yes, very much. They're super important.
Because you either want to bang the shit out of the drums, or you want to like, you know, you want to be the lead guitar player, you want to be the singer, but
nobody wants to be the bass player.
But the bass player is like,
but I feel like a
backbone.
A great bass player is phenomenal.
Oh yeah, like Les Claypool or something. You know, you got Bootsy Collins. You know, you got guys Sting. You know,
Les is coming to Blue Hills Bank Pavilion this summer.
Very cool.
With Mastodon, who apparently my son is a huge fan of.
That's cool. Then you go to the show. You got.
Yeah, I would love to see it, and I've never heard anything that Mastodon has done. Like I don't know them at all.
And then I'm like losing. And then
I was bashing on bass players.
Oh yeah. And then Everlong by Foo Fighters, and that's just kind of like I play it all the time, and I've played it for years, but it's just like I never get sick of it. It's just like through some hard times, there's songs that like mean something to you, and that song just always I just loved it. It's just such and I love playing it. I love getting into it. And then the last song is, let's see, Nirvana. That's right. It's got to be Nirvana. They covered Lead Belly.
Yes.
Where Did You Sleep Last Night? And I just that
love
live
that song.
performance that Nirvana Unplugged was probably one of the best albums ever.
It's amazing. It's just absolutely amazing.
Those MTV Unplugged were just great, but that album was great, and that ending to it, it's just I first listened to it, I never heard the song before, and I was like, this is awesome. This is this rise, this is this build of he's crescendo of this softness.
Anger.
And
It's an angry song. Yeah.
Where did you sleep last night? Where the fuck? It's kind of so I kind of harnessed that.
Mm-hmm.
And
I remember vividly watching the first MTV Unplugged.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you ever saw it. It's weird, in retrospect, because there was a host.
Yeah.
Jules Shear was the host.
Uh-huh. Was it Stone Temple? Who was it?
No, the first episode was Joe Satriani.
Oh, really?
And Stevie Ray Vaughan.
Oh, that's cool. I did not know.
And, so it wasn't even one band.
Right.
They kind of bounced back and forth. And then at the end, was it Stevie Ray? I can't remember who played. It was Stevie Ray Vaughan or Joe Satriani that played with the host, Jules Shear. I'm pretty sure was his name. They played a song called Waterfall. It was fucking amazing.
Go cheese.
No. It was before that.
Oh, okay. I was like, that's my jam. That's my ringtone.
No. I don't even know. I'd never heard of it before. And it's got to be on fucking YouTube or some shit.
Yeah.
So, look for the first MTV Unplugged episode.
Yeah, I will.
They
had a lot of good ones.
All
those 90s bands.
It's Joe Satriani and Stevie Ray Vaughan. You can't go wrong.
Yeah.
But the final song on it was really fucking great.
Okay.
So, thanks for checking us out. Where can people find you online?
On Facebook, it's Jeff Hilliard Music.
Yep.
On Instagram, it's tattoos_boards_Jeff. And I don't really post. I post sometimes. I'll post a music thing.
Do you
on
tattoo,
there.
or is that
I
just
don't.
that you have a
a
shitload of tattoos?
I'm covered
Okay.
almost. But I wish I tattooed. I'd save a lot of money. But but I could probably try to tattoo the rest of my body. I don't know how good it's going to be, but I post a lot of memes on there.
Mm-hmm.
I do once in a while. I'll do where I'm playing for the whole week.
Oh, cool. Okay.
And
you must have a YouTube channel now where they can go check out. It's
do.
out of season.
It's Jeff Hilliard Music. It's very touchy with YouTube sometimes because I have people wanting to book me for shows. I said, "Oh, we're going to look you up on YouTube." I said, "Don't, please don't," because you look up Jeff Hilliard on YouTube, and it's this guy on the West Coast named Jeff Hilliard.
Oh no!
And he's buddies with Steve-O.
Oh no!
He has and he has he's out there. He's Nine Inch Nails that met any kind of S&M weirdness. He's
God. So you must remember.
He's got the song. You can edit this out if you want, but it's called "Cock That Heals." That's one of the first things that comes up.
Shit out.
So it's if you watch the video, he's dressed up as a priest, and it's this weird, and the song's called "Cock That Heals."
Oh, we're gonna totally tag that.
Oh, yeah. So it's I'm
Jeff Rosen. This is the guy.
Yeah, no, Jeff Hilliard. Jeff Rosen.
I'm sorry. Yeah, Jeff
my
Hilliard.
buddy.
Rather. Sorry,
Jeff Rosen.
Sorry.
I wish
Jeff Rosen.
Sorry.
Jeff Rosen
no,
might have
tag Jeff Rosen in too.
No, tag him because he might have one of those crazy naked videos as well.
I'm just gonna tag Jeff Rosen in that tomorrow.
Tag all Jeffs.
I'm gonna tag Jeff Rosen in that tomorrow, just so he's like, "What the fuck is this?" Because this won't go for 3 weeks.
Seriously, so I kind of had to I stayed away from YouTube just because of that. Because this guy's got so many hits. I got some people my music page are from Russia. They have all these industrial rock weirdness fans, which is cool.
And they think you're him.
They think I'm him. I don't know why. I don't.
And then you're there singing Christmas carols with your daughter. That's awesome. Outstanding.
Yeah. So that's. I mean, you could have some fun on YouTube though. Watching his stuff. Yeah. So.
That's awesome. I'm going to check that out. All right, thanks again, man, and have a great gig tonight.
Thanks
and let's get to the music.
Cool. Hey, I never coming home. I wander my own road. Hey, I can meet you here tomorrow. Say goodbye, don't follow. Misery so hollow. Hey, you living life full throttle. Hey, you pass me down that bottle. Hey, you can't shake me round now. Get so lost, don't know how. It hurts to carry on now. Got my woman and lost my friends. Says I'm done where I've been. Sleep and sweat, the mirror's cold. See my face is growing old. Scared to death, no reason why. Do whatever to get me high. Think about the things I said. Read a page is gone and dead. Take me home. Ooh, take me home. Ooh, yeah. Ooh, take me home. Take me home. Say goodbye, don't follow.
Nice. I love that song. That was
I can hear you now, so it's fine.
Let's see, and then we're gonna do sorry, I get a little into it.
Oh, no, it's cool, man.
Kind of the point.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I kind of know where the mics are, so sometimes when I'm knowing I'm going loud, I'm kind of,
Backing away.
yeah. So. Hello, I've waited here for you ever long. Tonight, I told myself into it's out of the red, but out of her head she sang. Come down and waste away with me. Oh, with me. Slow how you wanted it to be. sang. Breathe out so I can breathe you in. Hold you in. And now I know you've always been. You're out of your head, you're out of my head, I sang. And I wonder, I sing along with you. If anything could ever be this way forever. If anything could ever be this good again. Only thing I'll ever ask of you, you gotta promise not to stop when I say when. And she sang. My girl, don't lie to me. Tell me, where did you sleep last night? In the pines, where the sun never shines. I'll shiver the whole night through. My girl, where will you go? I'm going where the cold wind blows. In the pines, where the sun never shines. But shiver the whole night through. Her husband was a hard-working man, just about a mile from here. His head was found in a driving wheel, but his body never was found. My girl, don't lie to me. Tell me, where did you sleep last night? In the pines, where the sun never shines. Shiver the whole night through. My girl, where will you go? I'm going where the cold wind blows. In the pines, where the sun never shines. I will shiver the whole night through. My girl, don't lie to me. Tell me, where did you sleep last night? In the pines, the sun will shine. I would shiver the whole
All right. Thanks for listening to our podcast. Don't forget to check out our other podcast. There's the Bar Talk podcast. There's Old Colony Cast. And, of course, the Inebri-art podcast along with Jam Packed. You can find all those on Stitcher, iTunes, SoundCloud, YouTube, pretty much anywhere podcasts are found. If you're on some sort of service and you can't find it, let us know, and we'll help you out and or add our podcast with that too. You can contact us at Inebri-art@yahoo.com and follow us on Facebook as well as Twitter at Inebri-art. And feel free to send us some tips, ideas, advice, hate mail, whatever it is, you can get us there. And again, thanks for listening.